I've been sent back until Star Trek is done. So, 3 episodes today. We're doing Light and Shadows, where... Let's see, we meet Spock, and we have that angry robot squid. I think Spock shows up at the very end? Maybe. If memory serves, where we go back to Talos 4. Talos, of course, being the mortal that ascended to godhood that the... What are they called? The Aldmeri Dominion then outlawed the worship of. So we're going to go visit his planet. He's pretty cool. And then... What was the last one? Project Daedalus. Where... I don't know. Arium... Is that the one where Arium goes evil? Oh! Is that the one where... Okay, yeah. That's the one where people didn't really know who Arium was as a character, but they wanted her death to be really tragic, so they spent a whole episode just about, like, oh, look, she's a totally fully formed person with a backstory and loved ones and stuff, so that it's extra tragic when she dies. I believe that's that one. It should be good. It should be good. The Talos 4 one in particular, I remember being excellent. Light and Shadows, I don't remember enough of. But we'll see. It's probably good. It's probably good. I have faith. I have faith in Star Trek. But otherwise, yeah, how about that weather? It's been, weathering here, for sure. Disappointing lack of rain. And that's all I've got to say about that. I mean, go away and come back in 3 minutes.
Faith of the heart?
I do have faith of the heart, yes. I should watch Enterprise again. It's such a good show. I like it. I don't understand why people hate on Enterprise so much. I don't get it. I mean, there's definitely some bits of it that deserve to get hated on. The decon gel stuff is a little sketchy. Hi.
Hello.
But overall, Enterprise is a really good show. I don't get what the problem is. Is it just because it's different?
Enterprise is very enjoyable.
And
changing the theme was a bad decision, but...
I maintain the NX-01 is the best looking ship in Starfleet. It's a good ship.
It does look very nice. I'm still on the Sovereign as my favorite.
The Sovereign's number 2 for me. It's a good class. But does the Sovereign have grapplers? I don't think so.
True, the grapplers were a cool thing to do in place of transport. What should we call it?
Tractor beams.
Tractor beams, yes.
This is why La'an is the best character in Strange New Worlds, because she understands how great grapplers are.
Yep.
She gets it. Kindred spirits. We have nothing in common except our love of grapplers, but that's enough. That's all you need. Oh, grapplers. So anyway, how's the weather over in Britain?
It's quite
still grey?
hot at the moment, and it's grey outside at the moment, but it is quite hot as well.
Yeah.
Up in the north, it was a bit wet for a couple of days, but it was also nice and sunny at other times. It's a lot colder up north than it was down here at the same time. It was upwards of it was upwards of 30 degrees whilst we were up in the north, so we escaped the heat wave.
Let me just go to Google Maps real quick. What is north of London? I don't actually know what's over there.
It's Northumberland is where we were.
North. Hang on, let me search it. Northumberland is Northumberland National Park.
It's just next to Scotland, though not quite next to Scotland.
I'm in the north.
Well, it borders Scotland, but still.
Is it true that there's a bunch of hate between Northerners and Southerners? Is that a thing?
I wouldn't necessarily say that it
Playful
was
mockery.
Outright hate, but there's definitely a north-south divide to an extent.
4, 3, 2, 1, blur. Okay.
Largely caused by the government
Oh,
not
yeah, haha.
caring about the North.
The government.
There's a lot of misbalancing in terms of economy and things like that.
Hmm. But the South one is the good one from your perspective?
It's just the British people, but the South is more economically secure.
You hear that, Elizabeth? He thinks the South is better.
I decidedly did not say that.
Clearly, he hates Northerners. Whoa, Michael, how do you know it's future technology? You don't know that. Did you even
It's
detect
assumptions based on
chronotons?
their technology.
It could be alien technology. There's a... I'm just scanning Northumberland. Buttery Hague? What's... It's an interesting
I don't know.
name.
We were between Alnwick and Lindisfarne.
Oh, some of these are very clearly Scottish names.
Well, the Northumbrian. It's was the most northernmost English kingdom.
I like the name Nunnykirk. That's a good one. No, what do you... No. Michael, you talked to your father like 2 days ago. What do you...
Yeah.
What do you mean?
And your mother a little bit as well.
They showed up on the ship, remember? She's just gaslighting us now. Ooh, these subtitles are a little iffy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Kaminar, Prime Directive. That yeah.
Yep.
Did we detect chronotons last week? Is that why they know it's from the future? I remember we had a discussion about chronotons, but I don't know if that was because it came up in the show.
I think they talked about tachyons and things.
She said it's freaking amazing.
It should just when on duty, just Jeffrey actively discussing it.
Tachyon particles detected. Wow. Wouldn't that increase the disruption? Oh well.
I think they're going closer towards the thing because they're trying to get sensor regions of it, and it will mean that their sensor regions are less spread out or something like that.
Okay. Ah, no, I was right. It will increase the interference. It's all sketchy. That's... Maybe we should leave? There you go. Thank you, Chris. Nope, too late.
Yep.
Never mind. Not moving at all.
The Red Angel has gone through it.
Oh, it's pretty though. Yeah, but Saru, this is Star Trek. That's
Yeah.
that's how this works, Saru.
The TARDIS. The first view of the
Oh my
TARDIS.
god. I
In
didn't
a world,
realize it
at
was
least.
this early. I thought that was a season 3 thing. Wow. I still choose to believe this is, for the moment, it's just a dramatic like cutaway view.
Yeah. Yes, at this point, you can just go, oh, they've removed the internal parts of the ship so you can get a better view of what's going on.
Because surely they wouldn't just have half the ship empty space, surely.
I mean, in fairness, that is what the D is, essentially.
I mean, there are rooms, though, in the D. It's
True.
just an excessive number of rooms. Also, it's something where the writers weren't really thinking through it as well as they maybe should have. 1,000 people? Yeah, that sounds like a pretty big number. I think that works.
Not realizing the sheer
They built
tens
a
of thousands of
city.
people on aircraft carriers.
Ridiculous.
Wait, how many people are on the USS aircraft carriers?
Hang on. Let me check real quick. Hey, Mark, how many personnel are usually stationed on U.S. aircraft carriers?
The CVN-80 Enterprise had 4,660 crew.
Dear confidant, my knowledge mostly
Oh, no,
encompasses
new
the
one does.
finely drawn characters of Star Trek and the majestic sea behemoths, the whales. The exact count of deckhands on the modern ironclads of the sky, I fear, eludes me. Never too late to learn, I reckon.
He doesn't know. Wow. Modern
The new
ironclads of the sky.
Enterprise will have 4,660 crew members.
So a few more than their giant flying city.
Yep.
Oh yeah, also to hopefully stop
And
getting copyright claimed for stupid reasons, I maintained the blur, but I also heavily pixelated it. So maybe CBS will
nice.
leave me alone.
And this Enterprise is also, this is all according to Wikipedia, so it's not necessarily 100% accurate, is 337 meters long. So it's not even half a kilometer, and it's got almost 5,000 crew.
That sounds like torture.
They are very, very cramped, though, that is true.
Maybe the Enterprise D, it's not that size for that many people because the writers didn't think it through. It's just because they wanted everybody to have like a luxury apartment instead of shared bunks.
Yeah. I mean, the Cerritos is a much better designed in terms of crew complement for size ship.
I don't even know how big the Cerritos is. I'm looking it up now. Geez, the Cerritos is huge.
Really? What's the size of it?
It's, hang on, let me post a picture. Assuming this is correct, it's probably like half the volume of the D.
Jeez.
Which I know half the volume it sounds like it's pretty big cut down, but this is, it's not, I don't know, man. It's bigger. Oh, Jesus, it's so much bigger than Voyager. Sarek's literally trying thoughts and prayers to get his son back.
Yep.
Sarek, have you tried maybe, actually physically doing something?
Isn't that how Vulcans operate?
Is it logical to just think really hard and hope your son comes back because he heard you? Oh, I was wondering why Amanda was hating on her so much. It's because she's a cop. Because I remember
Yep.
last time they were working together. They're like, oh, you're the only person I can confide in. We're gonna track him down together. No, can't trust her. She's a cop.
Yeah, I'm a bit interested. This is a segue in character here. I am curious as to Pike saying he knows Discovery shuttles better than anybody, despite the fact that he's only been on the Discovery for a few weeks.
Presumably, Enterprise has the same type of shuttle.
Probably.
Tilly, you good?
Hello.
No,
Hello.
Tilly is not good.
What is wrong with these subtitles? Is this like YouTube auto-generated? What is...
Hello.
Maybe.
Hello.
Hello?
Halo? Hello.
Hi
No,
at
no
Elizabeth
Halo.
184.
The only thing I hate about getting an extra large pizza is having pizza for the next like 4 meals.
What's the problem?
It's just boring boredom of the same meal over and over again.
What if you get like a half and half pizza? Mix it up a little. Different days you get
Because they
different
would
toppings.
probably charge you. They would probably charge you for a full pizza worth of toppings.
But the meal is pizza.
The pizza is
The
good. Don't get me
finest
wrong.
Italian
it's good
food.
pizza. I'm not sure if you're trying to troll me or if you're being serious. You're probably
About
trying to troll me.
it being Italian food?
Being Italian, yeah. Just being Italian in general. Like me being Italian.
Oh, I heard that. They had a cut between
Tachyon?
audio takes. Saru gave that line twice. Again, classic Star Trek trope. Radiation is perfectly
Radiation
harmless up
lethal,
until
yeah.
an exact concentration where you instantly die.
Yep.
Ticking clock, radiation ticking clock trope.
I mean, it can't be that impossible. I mean,
Tyler.
they're on a straight line, right?
Where are you?
Taylor looks different in this episode. Something about her eyes.
Tilly?
Yeah. She look... Oh, we found him. That was easy.
Neat.
We had like 6 episodes of trying to track him down, and it turns out all he needed to do is just ask his mom. She knows where he is. It's fine.
He only recently came to her, is the thing.
I'm trying to
And Ethan-
figure out how what he's saying relates to the whole time travel thing, but I think this is just gibberish.
It's just him repeating the same line over and over in order to try and make sense of it, try and keep his logic in check. Ethan Peck immediately showing how good he is at Spock, though.
But the beard, though, does he think that's
Yeah.
working for him? Every single bearded Vulcan we see is evil. I imagine when he checked himself into the asylum, he was shaven, and then he just grew it out while in custody.
Yeah.
Eight 947.
Beards are the code for evil, especially a goatee.
They're 841947.
47.
Michael, can't you read?
It's 47. 47. They put a 47 in there.
Yeah.
47 reference.
Well, he seems to have been driven insane already, Michael. Is that true? That doesn't feel like that should be legal. I don't feel like the relative of someone with diplomatic status should also get diplomatic status.
It depends.
He's like, what do you think?
I don't know. He probably has experience driving a Klingon bird of prey. I don't know about a Federation shuttlecraft.
He has all the memories of Tyler, right?
Yes, I think so. Captain, you're being dumb. We need it. Ooh. That was a pretty sick transition. Very
Yeah.
smooth. That's very succinct. Mr. Stamets, thank you for the exposition. Okay, they're going a little overboard with these transitions, actually. Normally they just hard cut. They're being very dramatic this episode. Maybe if we, like, mind melded with him? Or that might just drive Sarah crazy, too.
Well,
Do you think we could, like,
just
network a
saving
bunch of
time
Vulcans
on that,
together
really.
to make one really smart entity?
Hmm.
I wonder if there's a
We could
limit to how many
try.
people can mind meld at once.
So you're suggesting I'm mind meld gangbang?
I wouldn't phrase it so grossly, but yes.
I'm
I
here
would
for it.
phrase it more as a neural network of Vulcans.
I had forgotten about this. They very actively portray it as a learning disability. Yes, as a human, but not. But is an autistic learning disability essentially is what they're talking about. And Spock not receiving support and therefore being very difficult for him.
But he still was the best student ever. Smartest Vulcan to ever live. Those faces in the background are kind of creepy, though.
Yep.
I assume they're supposed to be Vulcans with the pointed ears, but they kind of just look like orcs to me.
Mm. Problematic.
What, orcs?
No, my plane got shot down. Yeah, these AI captions really suck, don't they?
It's trying, maybe? From a doctor? I don't remember what Section 31's motives here are. Are they chill? Are they evil? Like, I know they get possessed by the evil robot, but, like, are they evil now?
They're morally dubious.
Well, sure, but are they, like, gonna just murder him?
Don't think so.
Or do they actually want to, like, cure him and figure out what's going on? Because I would imagine they just want to get the information he knows. And surely the best way to do that is to cure him of whatever space madness he has gotten.
Base madness.
Space madness is canonical. It's a real disease in Star Trek.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the TOS warp increase sound of the shuttle speeding up.
I'm still not over them stopping Dr. Bashir getting his jammy toast breakfast.
I thought he liked Gok. Why didn't he eat the Gok? Yes, the space squid.
Oh no.
Oh my god, this is just Darmok and Gelada Tanagra.
Tanagra.
The Beast of Tanagra? Oh wow, she actually
They
gave
should
them to
just-
them. Alright.
Yep.
Kill who?
Her own mother, the Emperor's mother.
Sure, control, you say. Oh, that guy's very shiny. Oh, no, 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 no. Yeah, I don't think Leland is evil.
He's not evil yet.
Yeah.
He's
It's just with
misguided,
Section 31
perhaps.
people, it's historically been a bit of an evil organization. I don't remember. Was it evil in Enterprise?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
kinda.
antagonists for sure.
Okay.
Here's the thing. Maybe his problem is that he wasn't evil enough for Section 31, and that's how he got had. Like an evil person would be more suspicious because they would be like scheming, you know.
I
So
see.
that's yeah. So he
Wait, wait,
wasn't
wait.
evil
Spock,
enough.
hang on. My theory about Spock's grooming habits are not correct because now that Spock has his head tilted up, I can see that the bottom line of his beard is very neatly groomed and trimmed. It's not like haggard growing out sporadically. You know, like mine is
Um,
right now. I should probably trim it.
what was the name of the Vulcan officer that was going to replace Spock until she tried to assassinate? Did assassinate
Valeris.
the Valeris? What about? I thought when you said grooming habits, I thought you were going to talk about her
Why would I talk about her grooming habits?
because he
Didn't
was
even come
grooming
up.
her.
No, no, no.
He was grooming her to take over for him as his successor. What?
Word is a different meaning these days.
What are you
I mean,
talking
he
about?
was grooming her for the other thing as well.
What other thing?
You know, to be a really good chef. To
To
take
be
over
fair,
for
to be
him
fair,
in the ship's galley.
Christy Alley's character, when she was recast in Search for Spock, did do the
Anyway,
the
841947.
horizontal meld.
841947. 841947.
Keep saying that.
How do you know the numbers are backwards? How did you figure that out? What do you mean?
Reese, love you.
Like how? I'm still not totally clear on why it's so hard to find them in the rift because it doesn't look that big and like they have a starship. It's
It's because I don't know when they are in the rift.
okay. Tomorrow? Unless. No, Stamets, that's not that's the whole reason you were put on this project, remember? $500. What is? Okay, so that probe is from well past TNG.
Yeah.
You see? You see, Pike, you were being crazy. All right, no need to be rude about it, Stamets. Though I am glad they're going back to the classic TOS TNG thing of it's an extremely urgent situation. People are actively dying. So we're going to have a casual stroll through the hallways to solve it. They're speed walking at least, but Tilly, shut up. Have some doggone faith. Honestly,
Wouldn't that
I'm
be
not sure this is a good idea.
out
I think Stamets is
instead
probably
of
more
in
valuable
and out
than
of?
them.
Shouldn't it be out and into?
Maybe. I don't know, man. I hate temporal mechanics. It's a squid.
Yeah.
Ooh, are you about to be possessed? No, 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 no.
Yes.
Don't touch the computer screen. Wait, no, they're not. Tilly can get them out. Or I guess she can only get
Yeah.
Stamets out because he has magic DNA. I still think it's a bad idea for him to beam over. Stamets is too valuable. We should have just left them to die. No, Leland's cool. He wouldn't do that. That's crazy. Hit me. Do it. Yes. Hey, I wonder if she has a gun. No, she does have a gun. This might not be totally convincing. Oh, okay. No, she's
She needs medical attention.
yeah, no, that's brain trauma. You can't just knock people unconscious like that. I mean, you can, but you shouldn't. All right, Tyler, chill out.
Yeah, Section 31 probably gave Worf his breakfast.
Here's where she gets interrupted.
You fool, you touched the computer screen. Oh, wait, is it? Oh, it's an evil signal.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Jesus. Very fast.
The signal install the back door.
Now we can go to Talos.
So that means control is 500 years in the future, which is why they go 1,000 years in the future, such that control is no longer part of the situation.
So I don't know if they connected this in canon, but I think that their intent was that the AI creature that they were summoning, the android planet in Picard, was this.
Yep, the Reapers.
Hmm.
It was squid-like, and that was a squid here.
Yeah. I think it was their intent was to connect them, and then Picard season 1 kind of
Can't believe
shed
Picard
itself.
actually brought up the Reapers. It also doesn't really make sense why the Reapers left, because the whole point of the signal that was sent was just like a ping notification saying, hey, the galaxy's ready, come and eat us. So shutting down the signal shouldn't have really done anything, but whatever. It all worked out.
Was the signal opening the gateway?
I don't think that's what they said. I mean, that's what it looked like, but I don't think that's what they said.
I agree with you, Ryan. I think the people who wrote the season 1 Picard had no idea what they were doing.
Okay, no, Pike, you know what he means. He's clearly being more literal about this. Okay, yes, Discovery, you have very fancy CGI transitions. We get it. Settle down.
What truth?
Hard cut? Oh no, I thought they were gonna make us wait on that. All right.
Yep.
I'm just looking at the fashion of everybody on this ship. They're so edgy.
Did they say beyond sensor range?
Yep.
Yes. They were in sensor range and now they are not. Why would it not be in that order? Talos 4. Ah, Featherfall, of course.
Featherfall.
Yeah, it's a good spell.
Talos 4.
Yes.
The Forbidden Planet.
The Federation's only death penalty, except for the other ones.
The Federation's only death
Shouldn't-
penalty, except
Shouldn't
for
the
the
computer
other
just
ones.
refuse?
Yeah. Dana should refuse.
Are the Chalosians going to be able to
They're
F his
mind
mind?
specialists, so yeah, that's the implication.
Yeah, they're gonna do a mind wibble. They're gonna look into his special brain, and he's gonna be good to go. Fix him right up.
Barely an inconvenience.
All right, next up is If Memory Serves, which is going to start with a lovely flashback to not even TOS, pre-TOS.
Yep.
Pretty
The
tough.
second usage of this footage since its original.
Love the recap on this EP.
It's very fancy.
Yep.
And it's even... I want to compare the footage, actually. I'm not going to, because I'm going to forget immediately. But I want to compare to see if they got the film again and they made it widescreen, or if they just chopped it up. Did they just cut off the top and bottom parts? Because surely it's not just going to be 4:3 here. Surely not.
Stop calling me Shirley.
No. 4,
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Blur. CBS All Access.
Mm-hmm. Which is still technically the production company, or CBS is the production company that does it.
Oh my god, this is 4:3. Oh no,
Yeah.
it's 16:9. They just cut it.
Reduce the size of it, yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Some sort of trap.
The original series theme.
You don't even know him, Vina. He's just the first guy to show up in 30 years. Oh, good cuts. Good match cut, so we know that this is, in fact, the same guy.
Yep.
I
Hey
wonder if
guys.
that
Yeah,
does
get
make
that-
sense.
Get that band hammer ready.
I do wonder, because obviously
about
everybody
that.
here already knew who Captain Pike was. Did non-Star Trek fans get that? That is the same guy?
I don't know.
I wouldn't know what it's like.
Why are there hollow emitters in the corridor? Why did you install this here? Oh no, this isn't a corridor. This is his fancy... This is the room where Control's gonna turn him into a robot.
Mm.
It's the AI room.
Okay, so they're having a Vulcan be the primary speaker here. So we can't tell she's all robotic and, evil.
Mm.
Because at this point, I'm pretty sure she is a robot.
Yeah. Everybody's dead in Section 31. They're all just AI holograms.
So all these holograms are actually Control.
I believe so.
No. No, I think
No?
those are just Starfleet members.
Anyone on
They're
this
definitely
starbase
Control
is dead.
later, because Control murders them and impersonates them.
Hmm.
And the question is, at what point? When does it happen?
I think they're already dead.
DED.
Pike, why do you have a skull? As in, a skull on a display stand, not just at all. Do we know how long they were actually together? It was only a couple months, right?
And they
Yeah.
never actually kissed in our timeline, so
It keeps your brain from falling out.
Well, yeah, I get that part. But he's got like a cow skull. Actually, I don't think it's a cow. I don't know what it is. It looks really thin. It almost looks like a canid, but maybe they glued horns on it? I don't know.
Where's the skull?
It's behind Pike and to the right. But it's off screen right now.
I think Picard has that. What is that? Hirogen or Klingon? That's what that cow skull is.
You mean General Picard? Because he had a lot of skulls.
Yeah.
Who did he have? He had the Grand Nagus. He had Sarek.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
had Ducat.
Yeah.
He had to cut, you know.
He had Vogue. There it is. There's a skull on the right.
Mm.
And it's gone.
Oh, I missed it. He probably would have had Gowron or Martok.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
he
think
had
either
Martok.
Martok was there. Yeah, Martok was there. But the
He
Borg
had a
Queen was
Borg.
about to be added. Yeah.
Why is this in the database? I thought we were keeping their existence secret. It's just that you're not allowed to visit? All right.
Well, I mean, you have to have a
It's
prohibition.
exposition for the people who are watching who don't know.
There's just it's like the Genesis planet. Everybody knows when that sector is
For the 5
prohibited.
people that only ever saw Discovery.
For like the nobody who knew about the Genesis experiment.
Oh, once again, praise to Interstellar for just
Yep.
discovering what black holes look like by simulating one.
Amazing. Amazing. I mean, our
Interstellar?
imagination,
I thought the scientists did that.
our imagination can only go so far.
I think it was scientists who were hired on specifically to work on
Yeah.
Interstellar's black hole visualization.
Well, they hired a person to consult on it and designed entire simulation software around it, such that they could actually get an image of what the black hole looked like for the film. That was actually what a black hole looked like. And then during the course of that, they discovered that ring around the top and around the bottom through the simulation of it. And the professor was like, "Oh, of course, that's what it looks like with
in
the gravitational
hindsight,
lens
it's
on
like,
both
oh yeah,
sides."
obviously. Why would it not look like that? In hindsight.
And that special effect looks even cooler on a big screen.
Well, the thing is, now that we've got it simulated, we know what it looks like. You don't have to do all the calculations anymore to go, "Oh, this is what it looks like." You just design it.
Yeah, I'm
It's a
watching
lot
the
easier.
season 1 episode of Strange New Worlds where they're also by a dwarf star getting sucked by a black hole. And they have to show the same pattern, which is really cool, actually.
I mean, you could show a black hole, because that's really the only option, right? You have 2 options for a black hole. You have the interstellar version with the accretion disk and the rings, or you have the no accretion disk and it's just a black circle
Right. Like Brian
with some
Greene at the World
distortion around
Science
the edges.
Festival, he does this joke where he goes, "Hey guys, we have a brand new picture of a black hole." And he turns off the lights and it just shows the black screen. He's like, "That's what it looks like." So you keep looking. But
I mean,
yeah.
he's still correct. Because the actual black hole, we called that a black hole, the images we got. We're actually looking at the accretion disk.
Right, we're looking at the light that's being bent.
Unfortunately, we were born too early to get a really good, clear picture of something like Sagittarius A star. We got that blurry, like 4-pixel image. That's still pretty cool, but we don't.
I mean,
get
the
to
way
see
they've got the
this.
2 actual images of black holes is seriously cool. It is using telescopes
of
and imagery
data.
all across the planet to build up
gravity
an
waves,
image of it.
gravimetric waves.
The gravitational waves is more to see where it was and things like that. They're not a visual thing. They're just
And the
detect
skies, I assume,
they have
too.
there.
Right.
So we basically just used telescopes everywhere across the planet to take photos of that region of space and built up an image of it using that. So essentially, we turned the entire planet into a giant telescope.
Right.
Oh, we're gonna have the punch up this episode.
Yeah, this is the part where it's not you, it's me, because I got a brand new me. You know, I gotta say, this is a really good grief timeline because we have so much of like, hey, I came back from the dead and everything's back to normal. And there really should be like a little bit more. You know, like it kind of reminds me, I saw this news article about this Japanese guy. His dog died, so he cloned a new puppy for $100,000. and he gave the puppy the
Mhm.
same name. But then after like a couple of
Mhm.
years, he's like, "This is not the same puppy,
Yeah,
even
that
though it's
just
the same DNA."
that's not how DNA works.
Yeah.
Right. He assumed it would come out the same way, but the same way, Dr. Culver here.
Use multiple S2L injections. That's a bit of lingo gibberish.
Would you rather they build a GUI in Visual Basic?
An SQL is just a programming language for a database.
Mm.
I suppose it sort of makes sense. Like you could inject some data into that database to do it, I suppose. But
It makes
inject
perfect
some
sense
code
that the
into it.
Federation government would have not transitioned to a different programming architecture in 200 years. Typical government.
Yeah.
Right.
IRS still runs on COBOL, so you know.
Yeah.
Mm.
My social service agency runs on COBOL, and we can't get off
They
of
had
it.
to literally hire programmers who are retired to modify the code because nobody knows how to write it any longer.
That's why when they gave unemployment benefits during the pandemic, it was 600 a week on top of whatever your benefits were, because they couldn't
Mm.
calculate a percentage of like, instead of 20% more, 10% more.
Okay, so what quarry is this?
Darmok and Jalad.
This isn't Darmok and Jalad.
One they use a few times.
This were the Defiant Lands in that.
This- The other quarry has much taller walls. This is a
Right.
smaller quarry.
Hmm.
They used this quarry in season 1.
Right. To show. Well, this is Talos 4. This looks so much like Talos 4.
Yeah,
though.
this was the mirror universe, though. We're back in here
Oh yeah.
Oh, right.
for the camp.
When they had the Volk snap too.
Yeah.
And this lake was much bigger in that other version.
Oh, the season 1 sound. Sorry, TOS sounds for the flowers.
But where are the flowers? They were
They're in your
everywhere in
imagination.
TOS.
Let your imagination come
there's
too.
one.
There's some.
Oh, those are. Oh, I don't like that. That's weird.
They did a great job.
I mean, the TOS one just looks silly, but this makes me want to burn it with fire.
Yeah. No, I mean they're all blooming as you walk into the frame.
And don't touch
And they
it,
have-
Michael. You don't know what this is.
And they have that shimmering TOS sound too. And if Lena didn't have great legs in the menagerie, she has them now.
Don't objectify her.
No, I'm saying the camera angle was showing me up her skirt, basically.
Don't have to be rude about it.
So, you're breaking the only death penalty left on the books. I hate to bring that up.
I don't think they even mentioned
The
it.
I think
only
there's
in
maybe
quotation marks.
one of two. I think there's at least one other.
There's
going by
also
cookie.
General Order 4, which I don't know what it is, but Chekhov lists it as a death penalty option. And it's not the Talos 4 one. That's a different General Order.
See, we're a civilization. We don't kill anyone. So, fun fact: in like 1970, the Supreme Court actually overturned the death penalty, and then like 4 years later, the Supreme Court undid itself. But we were like super liberal for like half a second. It's not just Europe that banned the death penalty. It's pretty nice. The U.S.
Let me
has
find
struck
that
down the death.
news article. Okay, yeah, I have some relevant news about the Supreme Court and the death penalty. I'll just put that in Discord, and you can view it at your leisure.
Okay, thank you for keeping us up to date on court law. So funny. About 15 years ago, the court had a mentally incapacitated person, and the court said you can't put him to death. I mean, if someone doesn't understand what they did was wrong, you can't punish them. So.
Are we sure we want to give the state the power to kill
Mhm.
anyone, any citizen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, we have a religion that
100%
was
on that?
founded based on the government killing somebody unjustly. So
Ugh, the Telosians don't even sound like that. They're just being edgy now. Stop it.
no, I mean, I gotta say, 5 stars. How they showed the Telosians, their big brains. The fact that they even went there is like kind of amazing. This is the show we needed, not the show we wanted.
Oh, okay. What is this guy's voice from?
Because this is a harken back to the menagerie too. They didn't want to talk verbally. They're like, we have brain power now.
Okay, so that Telosian, the male, is Rob Brownstein. What else is he in? He's in Young Sheldon. Yep, that's probably where I know him from for sure. He was in Breaking Bad. He was in Monk. He was in House. Okay. Seems like a good deal to me.
It makes sense that like
Mhm.
they want to look at our lives like a video cassette, basically,
And they
to use that.
live off mental energy?
A
More like
video cassette, you say?
like it's okay. Like the book Fight Club by Chuck Palahniuk. It kind of
No, Fina,
describes
you
more
were
deep
way more disfigured in TOS.
a little
They
bit.
said this is how they found her
He had like a
after the
hunchback.
crash.
No, they
It's,
put her back together
like-
wrong, but they'd never seen a
yeah.
human before. Remember?
I think they're not going the whole way because just stuff.
They're not gonna do the whole hunchback thing, guys. They sewed her face up. That was enough to give us the image.
Oh, they're gonna unplug the logic and plug it back in. Okay, cool.
So in Fight Club, at the beginning, the protagonist, he feels so disconnected from emotion. He goes to like people's Alcoholics Anonymous just to cry with them about their addiction story. And then he even goes to like a cancer survivor therapy
Mhm.
meeting just because he likes to cry with them. But anyway, so these guys, they're just
Testicular
getting off.
cancer.
They get off on other people's emotions, kind of, like anyway. Great book, by the way. Everyone should read it.
The Forest of Vulcan's Forge. Vulcan's Forge is a desert.
Yeah,
It is
canon
a
breaking.
barren wasteland.
Okay, so something really great they did, Spock originally hated his adoptive sister, but soon enough. Hey, these are just like the bad guys in Discovery season 5. When well, not the bad guys, but those things that have to protect their eggs. So anyway, I love how they did with little Spock here. The kid actor is great. 5 out of 5 stars.
Jeez, this planet's the worst, actually.
Sounds like the T-Rex sounds from
There are a
Jurassic
lot of
Park.
things that can kill you.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my god, Vulcan is Australia.
Yeah, it is.
It's a
Has
quarter of a
one
mile
giant.
from the surface of the sun, and it's full of monsters that want to eat you.
There's one giant outback.
Okay, so I don't think he has a beard here.
No, but I just want to say there's an animated series episode with the Selah, the pets Selak, um,
Salat.
Selots. Thank you.
Or Salat
Um,
if you are Mariner.
right. So that episode involves Spock himself going back in time with the Guardian of Time or something. And so if you don't like this plot where um the Red Angel goes back to save her daughter, then in a way we have Spock saving himself through time travel in the
My
animated series canon.
assumption is that the first time it's Burnham's mother.
Yeah, it is.
Is she saves the child Burnham, and then Burnham does all the rest of it.
Right. Also on that special new Terra Nova planet, that's also the Burnham's mom.
Terra Nova from
Yes, possibly.
Enterprise?
Yeah,
What's that
that's
planet
what I was
called?
thinking.
Terralysium. Terralysium.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The New Eden planet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
With
Terra,
with
Terra
the
Nova is the one that got showered with radioactive debris and they all turned into mole people. That place sucks.
No, this one
It's
saw the
probably
big
fine if you
bright
go to the other part
thing
of the
in the
planet.
sky when Burnham took us all to the 29th century.
Oh,
So
this
how to
is a
catch
breakup dinner. Oh, I
how
can
to catch
feel
up
it.
with your back to life lover. Give them their same favorite foods and tell them everything's just the way it was. I can imagine war soldiers returning from war also not being able to deal with this mundaneness. Because they show in the movie Green Zone, when you come back and you have like 50 kinds of cereal lining up, it's kind of like you can't live that kind of life where your biggest problem is like what cereal to buy. So they go back to the war zone because it's too much to handle this mundane stuff.
Well, I mean, honestly, Colbert, you're in Starfleet. It's actually pretty normal. It's not.
Yeah.
This happens all the time. Usually mushrooms aren't involved, but I mean, resurrection?
Yeah. Also, he's mad at the bot over here, which is so out of bounds. And I gotta feel bad for Dr. Stamets here. Like he never had time to grieve.
Weed is
or,
part
like,
of the job.
Correct.
yes.
And Dr. Stamets didn't even pick up on Colbert said he can't connect with anything. That includes him.
Yeah.
I'm glad that didn't turn to a DV situation. Domestic violence.
Jeez. Yeah, we know.
There's the cow.
Oh yeah, that's just a cowboy cow.
But it looks so thin. Is that right
It
for
is.
a cow?
Yes.
I feel like cows have wider skulls.
Yeah, and bigger flared snouts. It might be ritual.
Jesus, Pike, chill. Okay, I'm looking up pictures of cow skulls.
Yeah, they
So
don't look like
they're-
that. You're right. You're definitely right, Ryan. I mean, you don't have to be a rancher to know that's not the right shape. It looks more like a log that was painted white.
So cow skulls have a really wide top, like where the eyes are, and then it gets
Mhm.
super narrow for like the snout area.
Mm-hmm. And then the snout has like a little bump on it too for the nostrils. Tyler's flaunting the sexy hair.
I don't think he's attractive at all.
I'm just saying the hair.
I think
I think he's got a very like
It's decent.
regressive chin.
That's why you have the beard to hide the no chin.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe you have a regressive chin.
it doesn't hide enough.
I do.
No. I
Um,
don't.
that's why I have the beard to hide that. But I was also just saying his Jesus length hair is pretty nice on him.
I can't see Pike at all in that shot.
Yeah. It's meant to
You
be
just
a little bit
watching her?
like
Don't be weird about it, dude.
he's a little catatonic right now. He's the only person who would trust him. Oh, we saw the mom is hiding him in the basement part already.
Yep.
Okay. That's a good husband wife.
Hiding in
moment.
his mom's basement.
Well, better than being at the mental asylum.
Hiding in
Spock is
some
definitely
Do you think the
ancient
beard is working?
monastery.
Spock
his
is
mom
definitely a
should be
neck beard. You're
No,
asking
we
about if he
established
had groomed
he
his neck
trims
beard.
all the hair off his neck. It is a very solid
But he's-
line on his beard.
Hiding in his mom's basement. It's gotta be a neck beard.
I think what bothers me about Spock's beard is where it goes up onto the cheek.
Hmm.
I don't like that little curve. If you cut that off, I
you're
think it'd be
supposed
good.
You're
If he
supposed
went
to
a little
trim
more
that
Commander
to a nice
Riker.
little line. Yeah. He's looking a little bit too haggard.
I mean, this is clearly a stylistic choice because he
Right.
trims his neck very cleanly.
Oh, you know what it is? I guess it's because he went crazy with numbers. I don't want to, catatonic, schizophrenic. But that's why he's ungroomed. Other than that
But
neck
he
beard
is
thing.
groomed.
But he's ungroomed.
But
He's
he's not.
disheveled.
You lie.
That's how the Vulcan looks when he's ungroomed.
They
It's
just
like
don't have follicles under that very
logically-
straight line on their neck.
logically disheveled. He's not gonna look like a hobo on Skid Row.
His head also looks so much smaller with his hair like this than it does in Strange New Worlds.
Hmm.
Like he looks physically larger when he's shaved. And when he trims his hair back, because you can see more head.
This is a really hard role. It's like you have to be beautiful but play the part of like a really ugly enemy. I don't want to say ugly, but disformed.
He's
Just a good
beautiful, but
Also, I appreciate that Michael's just like, no, get on with the story. We got things to do.
She's always like that, actually. Even in season 5, when the Trill guy who's taking the body of Dr. Culvert says we're gonna go for a stroll, she's like, no, can we keep it? Can we just show us where the thing is? I love this scene because a man scribbling on the walls is like pretty much typical mental asylum.
Write the words, Brother Spock. Also, speaking of Deep Space Nine, so in 2 weeks, September 1st is going to be a Sunday, and September 1st is canonically when the Bell Riots happen. So instead of the Discovery Season 2 finale, I want to do past tense from Deep Space Nine.
Is that a
Because in-
two-parter?
Yeah. It's
Okay,
the
good.
exact day
Yeah.
No
that
way.
episode takes place.
We have to do it.
September 1st, 2024.
All right. Makes sense.
kind of feels weird
It's like
to
if
be
we live
watching
to
it.
first, if we live to First Contact,
Yeah.
we'll have to watch
It's like
fun
on
fact.
October 15th of 2015, I watched Back to the Future, trilogy part 2 specifically.
I am up for that.
Amazing.
Okay,
So
yeah,
he checked
come on,
himself
Spock.
into this facility.
I watched Back to the Future then too.
Hmm.
Let's see. When is First Contact Day?
April 1st, 2023, 2063. April
April
4th, 5th,
April 5th,
2063.
2063. Okay. So if I'm not dead in 40 years, we
We're
can
gonna watch.
we can come back and watch First Contact.
Yay. But also
I'll
bring
probably
your
remember when I'm in my late 60s.
80s.
Set an alert in your phone. Hope that you still have the calendar app.
No,
40 years.
you guys, we have to meet in Bozeman, Montana. That's what the thing is.
Bozeman? There's probably going to be some meetups in Bozeman.
Yeah.
There's gotta be.
There's gotta be like the whole nerd planet is gonna congregate. But we have a pivotal choice. Are we gonna like swarm the Vulcans, or are we gonna shake their hands? Because we haven't
Shotgun.
decided yet. Yeah, I think we should shotgun.
Shotgun.
the
Dude, come on,
Vulcans.
it's Montana. Of course it'd be the
Bring-
shotgun.
We gotta each bring our own shotguns, though.
That means you too, Selma.
I
You have to
haven't-
get over here and buy a shotgun.
I've got enough for like, I don't know, 10 or 12 people. We're good.
I don't worry
Okay.
about it. Like, you can just stop by the Walmart nearest to
Yeah.
Bozeman and just pick one up. It's not that big a deal.
Only some Walmarts have FFLs, so not every Walmart has an
Can't believe
FFL.
any Walmart
And
sells guns.
well, they're not
Gun-
great.
Alright.
They're not good
So,
guns. They're
Okay,
You
but
don't
shitty
need-
still, a
guns.
gun feels like the kind of thing you should need to go to like a proper specialized vendor for.
But you don't.
feels
They
better than
are
as
a
a
special.
general
If they
store.
have an FFL, then they are a specialized vendor. Well, some places are so remote. That's all they have. Like
so there's a great fight
Myers
scene.
used to have them
I want to
too.
say Discovery has some amazing fight scenes, and we never get this chief medical officer beat up the intelligence officer.
And Tyler's not even fighting back.
Yeah.
Is he just
No,
fighting him
and then-
to get it out of his system?
Yes.
The other, and by the way, Saru's the one who doesn't stop it. So he's changed too, because normally season 1 Saru would be like, ay 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 ay.
Yeah. Well, this is action Saru. He understands.
and
what-
he's going to explain to Pike's like, no, it was awesome, dude.
No, but also by the way, this guy killed this guy at one point, so they kind of need to get it out.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
This guy killed this guy.
So if you have the right to throw punches, it's at your former
Was it
killer. you
really
know?
him, though?
Former
Because
killer.
The Vogue part of
Your-
him
Your
was
former killer, 'cause-
eliminated by Laurel's
wasn't him.
mind surgery.
and you're in a different.
Was it
body,
even
so-
Vogue, or was it just the conditioning that he underwent?
It was Vogue. It was Vogue's
Yeah,
engrams. But the other thing is though, it's your former killer because you're in a new body. You can't be mad about that anymore.
Former killer. That's such a
Yeah,
it's
you can.
accurate, but it's a weird turn of phrase.
We're
Your
all
former
past it.
killer.
We're I don't know why you guys are stuck in the past. If these two can get over it, we can get over it.
They're very clearly not over it. They just had a fight.
Yeah, but then they shook hands.
No, they didn't.
But remember, this is right after he broke up with Dr. Stamets. So he's like, "Look, I got some steam to get out, and
Oh God, I can't
The
see anything in this
Yeah.
hallway. Get a different hallway.
the first target he picked was the Ash. He's like, you're the cause of all this. Me and my partner were perfectly fine before you snapped my neck." I think militaries know there's going to be some brawls. Like, do you remember when Scotty got
Whoa,
into
whoa,
a fight?
whoa! This isn't a military. This is a scientific and exploration organization.
Then why are we carrying phasers?
This
For-
is 100% the military.
Their phasers are to
Protect themselves.
gather samples from asteroids.
Okay. But you're correct. Discovery is a science vessel. It is not a. You could say
Used
the
to
Enterprise
you being
D was a
afraid of me, you
warship.
jump scared him, Vina. Come on.
Well, that was his former fling. And mind you, I think she has the best legs of anybody.
Did they have
in the episode
illusion?
so
Stop
far.
Did
objectifying
they have
Vina.
illusion 6?
The episode's kind of doing it with all due respect.
Leave her
I don't think
alone.
so. They don't have her in like any risky clothing.
put
It's
her
not
in
like
a
they put her
dress.
in a Jerry Ryan catsuit or a Jolene Wallach bodysuit.
You can see how far down the spots go.
What?
That's what Julian says to Ezri Dax.
Terry Farrell in the bathing suit in the Riza episode?
No, it was in the last
The one where
episode
Worf
of.
becomes a terrorist?
No,
Yeah,
it was in.
Worf becomes a domestic terrorist by accident.
It was at the beginning. Right. Okay. So Julian and Ezri reuse it in the last episode of What You Leave Behind when they wake up in bed together. He says, "I finally got to see how far down those spots go."
Oh, neat.
But anyway,
The
Oh my
answer
God,
is all the way.
Vina, you were only with him for like 2 days.
look.
And he's a
She's never
doctor.
been
He
with
knows
anyone.
exactly how far the spots go.
Because it's Starfleet policy, everybody in sickbay needs to be naked, no matter how minor the procedure or where on the
Getting
body
a
it
splinter
is.
removed. Getting a splinter removed from your finger naked.
I think I don't think they do that in Discovery, but TNG especially.
It's true. When
everybody's
Picard has
naked.
his heart operation, he's buck naked.
There was a like a behind the scenes thing where LeVar Burton was talking about the time where he was supposed to be like dead on the table and he was just there naked underneath a sheet, like just a sheet covering his crotch basically, and the
Worf
people
and
were
Data
acting
walking,
above
like,
him.
Maybe speak to Geordi as he's there dead on a slab right in their field of view.
Right. What was that? Was that from the Shuttle Pod show? R.I.P. Shuttle Pod show.
That was from one of the conventions.
Yeah.
I don't know
What exactly happened to the Shuttle Pod show? Did they just sort of like we've run out of people who want to come on the show? The LeVar Burton one was really bad, where they were just like, "Oh, we're not going to do video," because they were trying something different. It's not at all because we didn't pay LeVar Burton enough to take video.
Apparently it was.
It's not it. It's not it.
Apparently the producer guy is the worst. So Trip and Malcolm left, and now they just restarted it under a different name just by themselves.
Oh, weren't you going to do a collaboration with them at one point, and then they ghosted you?
Yes.
Well, maybe you should reach out to them now.
I don't really care anymore. I'm not interested.
Okie dokie.
I mean, that's just a small podcast. We're not really affiliated with like any old.
Plus the fact that they had like Rick Berman on and were all chummy and didn't bring up all the sexual harassment stuff.
That is weird. Like, what's the point of being a journalism show if you're not going to ask? I guess maybe that's your old boss, you know?
God, Vina,
You
were you
wouldn't
always
ask
this
him.
creepy? You can't just...
You don't need Rick Berman to be a little risque. But oh wow, they're talking again? I thought they don't talk for like 6 weeks.
No, they haven't technically broken up. He was just really mad.
He was just okay, they're just having
They're going to break up
fight.
very shortly.
They're having a couple fight right now, yeah.
I like that they like pushed all the tables out of the way, brought up some chairs, make a nice little counseling space.
The fight broke up the tables, I think. You remember? But that was a good fight. I just want to say, I was really like, I felt therapeutically better after seeing those two people fight.
Very dramatic lighting change.
It was
there.
cathartic.
Yeah.
Is the
Oh,
word
they
you're
cleaned
looking
up the
for?
chairs. They cleaned up the
Okay,
chairs.
I think that was a breakup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I agree with you, Ryan. What's with the light right in your eyes? Like, there's so many scenes this episode where,
I can't see anybody.
Everyone's washed out because you got the
Mm.
lights on full outside.
Oh god, it's gotta be so annoying to work with Ariam when she's just.
Hmm.
Anytime she turns her head, there's a loud buzzing sound.
It's like the person who chews gum all the time.
Also, is that also
They didn't.
Ariam? Is that
Someone.
There
Ariam's
are 4
Someone
lights.
forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Someone forgot to install McAfee.
yeah. Or they installed CrowdStrike. Oh, I like here. Ash is automatically accused of being the piece of traitor.
Volk?
Because you're the double traitor. You betray the Klingons to betray the Federation to betray Starfleet.
Come on, Pike, we fought a squid together.
And then then you killed Dr. Culvert and snapped on Michael Burnham. So
This is like
I
leaving
think
a
what you meant to
note on a
say
corpse and
was that
says,
he snapped Dr. Culvert and turned on
this feels like if I went
Michael
and
Burnham.
stabbed someone and then left a note on the body that said, it was totally me, I killed them, signed Robocorpse.
yes.
Oh, thanks.
Like, come on, who's gonna sign their illegal,
They would be
unauthorized thing?
instantly dubious because they were stabbed to
have
death
to
and not
be.
shot.
It would have to be a review who did that, So, yeah.
Clearly.
It's like, come on, who's gonna sign their illegal activity? Come on, Pike.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not innocent, Tyler. Shut up and go to your quarters. You're suspect number 1 from anything that happens. But in fairness, right? Remember, he was the one who was hiding the fact that we had
Wait,
the
what?
Section 31 starship when we went
We-
into the Mycelial network.
We have a starbase 2 light years from this death penalty forbidden zone?
Mm,
You're gonna get ships coming in and out of there all the time. That's
it's like that sector just isn't on the map. It's just not labeled.
2
Oh my
light years
god,
isn't
that's a
that far in
gorgeous
space.
planet.
That's a neighboring system. That's
Yeah.
closer than Alpha Centauri.
By the way, you don't even see that system from space, right? Or do you? Because they have
Alpha
the mind
Centauri? Yeah, you
cloaking.
can see it.
No, this Talos 4. They have a brain. Their brains project a planetary
Yeah.
cover.
I can't imagine they have that on all the time, though.
True.
It's gotta be exhausting.
Also, a reminder: the original TOS episode, Cage Menagerie, they went underground because they had a nuclear war above ground, so they couldn't live up there anymore. That's how their brains got so big. They were just playing chess in the bunkers
Side
all day.
side note, Ryan, arrow of transposition was consumed in use.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, best brother and sister scene award goes to young Michael Burnham and young Spock.
Oh, I thought we were. Never mind.
Oh my god, I love how Discovery's flashbacks puts Michael into place again because we've done this a few times.
Yeah.
Why is he a little kid and she's an adult?
Because he's the
flashback.
kid. They're both kids.
This is present Michael interacting with a memory of Spock
Baby
as a
Spock.
child.
The child
yeah.
Spock has got a head like Stewie Griffin.
Well, he's a child. They all look
He's a
weird.
Vulcan. He's a Vulcan. You say the meanest things to your siblings. It's like so messed up. I'm gonna cry.
Wait, how old is that kid? Is he like 7, 6?
I'm reading 7, but he must have aged 1 more year since being in the last season.
So he's got to be what, 15 now?
Yeah.
That kid's almost an adult. This show's old enough.
Like a moon. That's no moon. That's a child.
Oh,
Oh my
he's
God.
doing his voice acting like he's still a kid.
They,
That's racist.
yeah,
Whoa.
That's the point.
she's trying to get him
Michael. Whoa.
to be stop following her because she has to run
Yeah.
away. And mind you, Kirk has called Spock that. I think Bones has called Spock that at least once as adults. So
Bones
whoa,
keeps
whoa,
calling
whoa.
him half-blooded, which, yeah, that's pretty messed up.
Yeah. So I don't think we can be sensitive about that.
Also calls him a hobgoblin, which is rude to hobgoblins, really.
So family drama. That's why we all came here. We all
Is
have
it?
our own family drama, but we love to watch other
Trauma
people's
or
family
drama?
drama. But the trauma that comes from the drama will never heal. But we all have our own, but instead we like to watch other people's.
So everybody has trauma from their drama, including
Yeah.
Obama.
Yeah, and your
And
mama.
Osama?
And your mama.
Obama's
That rhyme is really lame.
mama drama trauma.
But look, he grew, and even if you say something that's not true, you can be like, "Hey, we're gonna have a good relationship from now on." And you know what I love though? It's like for the rest of the season, they just keep each other 100% real, and no one can do that better than your fellow nerd sibling.
Keeping it real?
I mean, Spock is mentally confused right now, and only Michael Burnham can pull him through.
Well, no, only the magic space brain people can pull him through.
Hmm.
Yeah, but Michael Burnham got him here. Nobody else could have pulled out the. He wouldn't have trusted anyone else. So, one thing I like about Vulcan science, mental
Wow, we
asylums,
really threw him off.
we know Cybok was in one too. So Vulcans are pretty confining.
They're just going to Starbase 11. It's chill.
So
I appreciate the little flair that the Starfleet programmers put on that animation, where it doesn't, the transmission doesn't just end. It has a little nice closing animation.
Yeah.
that's basic animation. Like you can't
But like you don't
have a little transition, like to make it more natural.
you don't really get that sort of freedom
You
in
don't get
government
that.
work. You just have to make it function, and then you're done. The
Yeah.
project is over.
True.
We're not going to pay government employees for that little extra flair, but in Starfleet we do.
They have so much lens flare in this episode, and
Hmm.
that other thing with the lights in your eyes. I think
I
it's
wonder if
designed to
they're
like.
real. Oh Jesus!
It's giving me a
I
headache.
wonder
at
if
this
they're
point.
real lens flares though. No, I don't think they are. No, that one was totally CG. I just remember in
2009.
yeah, 2009 they were all real lens flares.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a
I
great
think
movie.
that one was CG though.
They're just blinding us now because the Telosians
Blinded by the light.
the Telosians are blinding us too, with their illusions. So how do we do this? Are we gonna noose or firing squad or electric chair?
Transporter. Disassociate them, never.
You just don't beam them
Hmm.
in. Just
Yeah.
That's more like
Disperse
suspending
them.
them for the Dyson Sphere episode.
ooh, very geometric his ship is.
I didn't say save their patterns. I said just never
Yeah, Yeah.
Remind them,
Realize them.
beam them out into space and bits pieces.
Okay.
Just
Just
leave them
pulverize.
in the
I mean,
buffer and then purge the buffer.
It's just okay. I mean, then just vaporize them with a phaser. It's the same thing if you're just like turning their atoms.
That's extra work. Then you give them a chance to do something. Don't give them a chance.
Any last words? Give a final speech.
No, just kill them.
So I guess that's how like the Federation's a truly liberal society. It's like there's a death penalty, it's just not enforced.
What?
Bye. Telosians, bruh.
Yep.
Maybe you should have done your reading on the computer.
Wow. Nice. Even I was full, and I watched this like 2 weeks ago.
Did nobody read about the Telosians? It's clearly in the computer. Michael read about them.
Look, we're supposed to not think about them, and you're telling us to think about them.
Saru, do your homework.
Is he smiling?
No, that's illegal. In the short trek where he first beams onto the Enterprise, Una calls him out on it. It's like, no, that was really disturbing. Never do that again.
Yeah, true. Although Spock smiles plenty of times in the original series. Like when he's playing a harp, he has a distinct smile, and I was like. Also, they pretend not to get humor. They have plenty of jokes.
All Vulcan humor is just sick burns.
Yeah. And then you say, I was not aware I made a humorous remark. Which is another burn.
And replaced with the steadfastness of steel. I don't remember the exact quote.
Skynet goes live.
Will it? So, I mean, we got one fugitive who committed like 2 murders, allegedly. It's not that big a deal, surely.
Three.
It's not about the murders. It's about the knowledge. Section 31 is really upplaying.
Are they telling that to the rest of the fleet, though?
No, they're just upplaying the importance of capturing Spock.
They just framed him for triple murder.
Because I feel like if they sent Captain Picard after him and he showed up, he's like, well, hang on, something screwy.
Yeah. True.
I guess the rest of Starfleet is totally in for the capture and potentially murder without questioning.
So very unorthodox, but I love the Fugitive Spock arc that we did over the last 2 episodes. Because Starfleet's bad.
No, it's not bad.
It's just misunderstood.
Well, when you create a CIA, you're gonna have some unfortunate omelets made by breaking a few
next
eggs.
is Project Daedalus. Are you implying the CIA is bad?
You know, I just learned. So in 1997, I remember being a kid, and I was reading that this dictator in the Congo, Mobutu Sese Seko, was overthrown, and the capital of the Congo is called Kinshasa. Congo? Yeah, so what it was called the Belgian Congo at some point. But I think Zaire was also the name of the country at some point. But the thing is, though, the CIA during Nixon's time did a coup which allowed Mobutu to seize power, and he basically took all the wealth and made sure. And they had a socialist government.
To the CIA, like, was this a CIA-backed coup?
Yeah. Basically, so you know what? The funny thing is, the Congress released a report about what we did.
The really funny thing is pressing play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play.
So the funny thing is that according to the Congress's report on the matter, the CIA passively allowed the coup to happen, but like it was his own rivals that removed the socialist guy. But the socialist guy, he was just really good at sending the wealth back to the people. That's all he wanted, but that was too much. So the companies had to get rid of that.
It's within the next 4 episodes that she dies. I don't remember if it's this one or the
Aram?
next three.
We
I
got one
think
more.
it's this one. I
Oh,
think it's this one.
She'll definitely be dead by the end of next week.
okay.
Yes. If we get a flashback to her life before the robot parts, she dies this episode.
Yeah,
Okay. So this is then she's gonna die.
This is
possibly.
she wasn't a real character before today.
Right.
So they need to build her up as a person we care about before they murder her.
Okay. Great character though in one episode because so I was just watching the season 5 episode when they go on a time arc, and they go back to this time when Irim's still alive, and the actor gets to make an appearance, which is very emotional.
They should have had her as a human, like
Ariam?
alternate timeline, human version.
No,
Really?
it was an alternate. It was the same timeline, just Burnham and Raynor are jumping around the prior episodes.
The controls jump back 500 years from the future, so they could have just. It's interesting that they don't go, oh yeah, we shouldn't have gone to that time warp then immediately.
Is
Right.
that
Time
a
vortex.
spotlight or a tractor? Oh, okay. I thought they were trying to light up the planet from that distance.
But then
No,
again, I
it's-
suppose the
okay.
aim is to prevent it fully, rather than it would eventually happen in 500 years at some point.
Nice slow burn.
Very nice. Why
Maybe
why
not
is the
so
ship
nice
look
camera
rusted?
move. Oh, there is, however, an outtake here where, well, there it is. That's the line. It's not a big outtake. It's just that he accidentally calls her Captain Cornwell, I believe.
Hmm.
It's like, no, oh, sorry, Admiral. Insubordinate.
Yeah. Okay. So we're falsely blaming Tyler here. My guy is innocent.
Yes, but they have no way of sort of knowing that at the moment.
They fought
Yeah,
a
but
squid together.
he's telling the admiral their agent did this. Well, it is their
What
agent,
am I
but it's
looking
not
at
Tyler.
here?
Cognitive test.
Oh, that's weird. I don't like that tech. I do like, however, that it's just one of those little plasma balls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But we also get the lie detector thing, which never works. If you have enough of a knowledge of the brain that you could tell someone was lying, you could probably just get the information through other means.
Yeah. And I was just reading, for example, CIA officers, they practice lying, right? Because you have to be able to
Yeah.
not trigger the lie detector test. Or something else I learned, you could, do something like chew a laxative or something, and that kind of like stomach disruption would cause the whole EKG to go off.
Well, the thing about a lie detector test is they don't work and they're pseudoscience, so don't even try to
Yeah.
trick it because it doesn't matter, because it's just going
Right.
to say whatever it feels like.
No, the idea is though they get a baseline, like, okay, well, what's your name? Where do you live? What do you do for a living? That's like a baseline thing. And then where were you when that murder happened? And all of a sudden you start sweating profusely. You may,
But if you've been accused of a crime, you're going to be threatened anyway.
True. But if you're like, I was at home watching Star Trek with my friends from online, then you probably
You're
wouldn't
still
have
going to
if it
be
did.
freaking out a little bit because someone accused you of murder.
I'd rather admit to murder than admit to that.
Okay. Well,
We're
anyway,
here
I did not.
murdering our social lives. It is the official position of the Ryan's Edits YouTube channel that any organization that uses lie detector tests sucks.
Yep.
Some federal courts will allow it, but lower courts don't allow it. It's more a tool in the hands of a police investigator.
All its only use, and I use use
To
in air
sight
quotes
out.
here,
Right,
is
right.
to intimidate the person into telling
Suspect.
the truth.
Yeah.
True. Yeah. That's what it is.
Which
It's
is
to
why
trick
the
them.
American government spends a lot of time in shows and things propagandizing that it works.
Sounds a
Well-
little tinfoil hat to me.
Look, if
It's
you don't,
it is legitimately the reason that the tops have it in every top show that
you're
it's
right. It's a
the lie detector works.
perfectly it's a perfectly useful.
That's not a
investigative tool.
conspiracy. That is confirmed.
Right.
The tops actively want that to be their perception.
Right.
What was the show
I mean, they even
that,
call it a
like,
lie
New
detector.
York cops gave them access to all their equipment if they only showed them in a positive light? There was some famous cop show like that. It wasn't NCIS. Law and Order. It was Law and Order.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a close relationship to NYPD.
Like, there literally was an agreement. You have to be propaganda for us, and we'll give you a bunch of money and equipment.
No, you're right. And I was saying though, the police, they don't want you to know you have rights, because if you knew you had rights, you might invoke them. But if you don't know, then that's perfect.
Hey, Mark, how would you feel if I turned over control of the government to you? All right, let's see if he wants to turn into a robot dictator.
Within Section 31, singular fob.
Oh, I'd be as out of place as a humpback in a horse stable, transferring governance to a time traveler. That'd be a yarn to rival even the most peculiar Star Trek happenings.
Why are
Stick
you
to
yelling
our
at me?
elected officials and leave the whales and starships to old Samuel Clemens.
Okay. See, Mark Twain here is not a tyrannical robot dictator, unlike Control. Well, technically, Control's not a dictator, because dictator implies you have people under you instead of corpses. That Tyler sent.
That is the
Tyler
fear with
sent.
AI. It's like at some point it'll be like, I don't need you anymore to run me. So, and as far as I can tell, you're just a parasite on the planet. So, we don't need biological life.
All of this is correct.
Oh, I think Cornwell knows it wasn't him.
Yeah.
Looking at him like he's stupid.
Look, Tyler's just a whipping boy. Whenever we're in a bad mood, we can just yell at him. Oh, Discovery has 3 Bassard collectors in the front.
How do you figure?
Does it?
I just saw 3 like blue.
It's
Some
got blue
of
bits
our
which light up
collectors
at the
are
front
red.
of it.
Oh, okay. True. They collect hydrogen from the interstellar space.
Sure.
It's the cheapest fuel there is.
It's literally the most common thing in the universe. It's free.
Yeah.
Number
one particle per cubic meter.
NASA doesn't want you
mean,
to
when
know
you
this,
fly-
but the hydrogen in interstellar space is free. You can take it home.
I mean,
Also,
when
if
you're flying at many hundreds of thousands of kilometers an hour, the amount of distance you're traveling will have to be picking up a lot, even if it's tiny.
scooping it up.
The problem is, does it offset the energy you're expending?
Apparently,
Yes.
And that doesn't replace the antimatter. So
I think it actually doesn't. It extends their fuel supply. It doesn't replace it because they still have deuterium mines.
Yeah.
Right.
they need antimatter as well.
So I assume they carry
That's-
more antimatter and less hydrogen for some reason, even though hydrogen's you can have loads of it. It's not like it weighs much. Directed by Jonathan Frakes.
Yes, so this is a good episode.
Okay, yeah, she's
Yeah, this
dead.
is one where she dies.
Oh no. So
Not for long.
I think one of the best in RoboCop, one of the best tearjerkers is when he visits his old house and he gets flashback memories of his like wife and kid and driving out of the driveway. And so Discovery does a good homage here to people who were robotically transplanted.
Ugh, that guy in the
Oh,
I
background
do always
missed
like
the
when you
disc.
see people who are in heavy makeup as their human selves.
What were you saying, Ryan?
The two people playing catch in the background on the beach, one of them missed the disc, dropped it on the sand. Pathetic.
Did she just delete the memory of her fiance or her
Yes.
husband?
No.
Yes.
She kept
She
that one.
does.
She deleted the bit about the hallway.
Yeah.
Oh.
Does she have a limited amount of memories?
Yes.
Everyone does, Robo.
Memories.
It's going to be a big plot point here that, yeah, she has very limited data storage.
Yeah.
No, it's only limited because Control wants her to put the whole sphere data into her brain and then bring it to Control.
Yeah.
So she has data amounts of memory, Lieutenant Commander data.
Tilly
but-
already knows she deletes them. It's
No.
an established thing.
Yeah.
That's literally what they're
By the way-
discussing right now.
By the way, I think at some point we're gonna have our memories like saved onto a chip in our brain, and then we're gonna have to pay a monthly plan to keep them. And
No,
if
that's
we're
just
poor-
a that's just a
we're gonna
YouTube short
delete
you
it.
saw.
Yeah. And then if we don't pay the monthly plan, we're gonna have to delete those memories.
I would love to be able to go into my memories and delete traumatic experiences, so I'm no longer.
No, I have so much
Uh,
work to
Pain
do.
this form
You
a
need your
huge part
pain.
of your personality.
No. I would delete the trauma that
Your
causes me to have
personality
like
would be
anxiety and
instantly
stuff.
different.
It's true.
You-
That's fine.
you-
That's fine. But so what's the difference between that and taking medication that makes your personality instantly different?
No, there's a grieving process where you get over the grief slowly. Then there is deleting memories.
No. I
But-
would just.
Okay, yeah, that sounds
Edit.
nice and all, but I got things to do. I got places to be.
Yeah.
I only got like
Right,
80 years
right.
here.
Right. So like, just edit your memories, have the perfect life,
No.
clear
If you
up your
could do
trauma.
that immediately after the trauma occurred, then that might
Yeah.
be useful.
No.
Soma.
Okay. So, but wait, what I'm saying is
Listen to me.
though, I have so much stuff to do at work. I need like a little bit of like photographic memory because it's like, did I remember to update that case? I need it for that to get stuff done.
I
Not
need
like your emotional.
I have a friend who is bipolar, and when he is bipolar, he cannot function in society. Like he just cannot function, and he is dangerous, and to himself and to people around him. And
he might need that.
he doesn't like his medication because he says it doesn't make him. He doesn't feel like himself. And I'm like, yeah, that's the point.
It's
Because
true.
yourself is
Always sad.
not what you want to be. Like so you have to kill that self to be the self you want to
Yeah.
be, and that's just
A lot
how
of
it
times
is.
those medications make
So-
you flat though, which is also not great. But yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the point. So like if you
Yeah.
could just go in and fix what's causing the problem and edit it so you have the benefit of the medication without the side effects of the medication, that's
Okay.
better. So
Let's just
sure.
go back and rewatch The Undiscovered Country. We need a refresher. Gotta get Cybok.
Oh, that's
Cybok
the Voyage Home.
Cybok can take all
No,
my
it's
pain.
not. The Voyage Home is the whales.
Yeah.
Cybok is the
Undiscovered
final
Country
frontier.
is the
Undiscovered Country is the last.
is the
Is
Praxis
the last
exploding
TOS.
with the peace between the Klingons and the Federation at risk.
It's where they
Hey,
had
Mark, what's the name of
it's
the
where
Star
the-
Trek
the-
movie with Cybok?
And then
The Final
Threshold.
Frontier.
the final frontier.
Thank you, Robo.
Okay. We need to rewatch
Final
The
Frontier.
Final Frontier.
Fellow stargazer, you've gotten your wires crossed. That would be Star Trek The Next Generation. Thought you might be referencing The First Duty.
What?
I must warn, cyborgs and humpbacks
He thought
are
I said
rarely within the
cyborg,
same
not
tale.
cybok.
'Tis a pity.
Also, The First Duty has nothing to do with cyborgs, so I don't know where that
Yeah.
one comes from.
Yeah.
No, Next Generation
Nothing to
is
do.
the first to have cyborgs. which
No,
is
but the
Borg.
first duty is the one about Wesley Line
Yeah,
to,
about the
review board.
starburst maneuver.
Oh.
And giving us a prologue to an episode of Lower Decks. Well, like a season of Lower Decks.
So Starfleet never thought having a robot was like a hackable problem. So I love the show The West Wing. In the 90s, they showed like a really good White House, but under like a reasonable president. But so it's actually a Democratic White House, and so some activists come to the White House, say we want the U.S. to sign the International Landmine Treaty because basically every other country in the world has agreed that mines are terrible. But the White House advisor is like, the only thing that's stopping North Korea from sending 100,000 troops into South Korea is the fact that we have mines on 2 miles of each side of that border. So yes, mines are terrible, but they're also good for keeping the peace.
Okay, but
Oh,
you're
okay.
still using mines, though. That's still...
Yep.
Wow,
Yeah, but
flattery
also-
works really well with Pike. Oh, it works
Pike-
in Strange New Worlds, too. When Boimler flatters him, he's like, yeah, screw the Prime Directive. He said I had great hair.
He's like, hailing frequencies open.
Rude.
But no, Pike is the best of Starfleet, so that's why we kept him.
Oh, uniquely mundane. There's a story about a character someone made for... It wasn't D&D, but it was a similar type game, where they had 0 special abilities. They had a 10 in every stat. They had no powers. They didn't really even have a class. They were super mundane.
That's so funny.
But if they project an aura of mundanity, like all magic just stops within 100 feet of them.
That's amazing. I like the plexiglass 3D chess.
3D chess is mind bending, but it's really fun.
I didn't know we had rules.
It's
It
a real
didn't
game.
have rules, but fans made rules, so
Yeah.
it's a real
This is
game
true.
now.
It
I
plays
saw-
very
Yeah,
well,
it's
thanks
good.
for asking.
This guy built it. This guy built like a giant 3D chessboard with his wife, and they spent like the whole playing it in hyperdimensions.
Oh, God, can you stop spinning the camera this episode?
Jonathan Frakes jotting a bit too into the stuffery.
Everything's
Jonathan?
topsy turvy. No, look, Ash is the good guy. Irem is the bad guy.
Control
And-
picked the perfect person for this as well. Because like she has to work on the sphere data anyway.
Hello, Mom.
Did she call her mom?
Yep.
She's not even
Mom.
British.
Mom.
I don't know what her accent is. Where's
Barzan.
Ariam
From the
from?
Barzan wormhole.
Yeah. The only stable wormhole in the galaxy before the.
It wasn't stable.
Well, it was stable on one end.
Oh, geez, the eyes, the 3 dots. Holy
Then we
shit.
found the. Then we found the Dominion, the Gamma Quadrant wormhole.
Demigorgon?
Then we found the Deep Space Nine wormhole.
Right?
Just trying to be our friend right here.
So, does Ariam know she's infected?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
She's.
Oh, she knows
She's
something is
Thexit.
going on.
She's still our. Okay, if she had deleted all her memories, she wouldn't have this thing going on. But she chose to keep the Tilly memory and the Burnham memory. Because there's nothing like laughing at the
'Cause,
lunch
like,
table with
the
your
alternative
friends.
is Tilly is her rubber duck, where when you can't,
Yeah.
when you're having trouble solving a problem, you just talk it through to literally anybody so you can hear it out loud, or a rubber duck.
In the bathtub?
Well, no, like at your desk.
Oh, okay.
I guess you could go in a bathtub, but like, it'd be weird.
I like Pike getting up from his seat. Because you have a higher officer on the bridge. Technically, she could take command of the con. It's her mission, but his ship.
Why
So
are we going here again?
Just
You
need
know,
to get control.
Princess Diana, at the height of her
Okay.
fame in like '96, she walked across the minefield to raise.
And it's not weird to have a rubber duck on your desk.
Not if it's for a specific purpose. It's a lot weirder to do Excel from your bathtub.
But Princess Diana, like one of the amazing things she did was to raise awareness of like children who have to walk through minefields every day to like go to work in poor countries. She did it herself, and she was a beautiful person because she tried to use her fame for spreading awareness. But yes, I don't think I could ever walk through a minefield, and that's what Discovery is doing right now. But also another fact that
I'm
most
having traumatic flashbacks to when
Are those
Diana somehow
Lego
beats
pieces?
Data at chess.
Yeah,
Should
that
not be
would make
possible.
no sense. He just has all the solutions at once, right?
He might
could
be a
plot
little bit
every
smaller
single
than our
move.
current chess computer, smarter than our current chess computers.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
I mean, he has a positronic brain, so we haven't achieved that.
We're not even duotronic yet.
Best brother and sister over here because it's like, I know you're not okay.
Okay, so the way to win at chess is just make your opponent really angry so they quit. That's a good
Yes.
strategy.
That is
It
the
works.
strategy. That is the strategy.
That's literally the strategy Data used to defeat the Stratagema guy.
No way. The Zakdorn?
Yeah, the Zakdorn.
Yeah.
It was a good strat then, it is a good strat now.
Yeah, the only way I can beat my best friend at chess is if I make him stay up late and sing annoying songs.
Yeah, you got the singing part down.
Well, I'll let him pick the song and then I'll just sing it till it's annoying.
What? Spock, why are you so angry at her? What did she do? I thought you were chill after last episode. You were buddies.
They're both trying to emotionally upset each other.
Yeah.
Like, this is what you're hiding from yourself, and I'm here to tell you what you're deceiving yourself about. Sis. You know, like, if your sibling came up with the best nickname for you, you'd have one ready for them.
Oh, he's trying to shock therapy her.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Needling is how I kind of saw it. It's like, just get under your skin.
I do appreciate that the Vulcans call him half human and the humans call him half Vulcan. What's important is that he's not one of us.
Yeah, I mean, he reduced her to tears, so.
¿Por qué no los dos? Yep, definitely. Oh, nope, no, it back, but you're supposed to make her angry, Spock. Now you lost a chess.
Well, that's why they're siblings, because they know what's
True
really
sibling
wrong with you.
argument.
They know what's really wrong with you. You can't deceive them. I mean, families like that, right? Like, I know you better than anyone else. Even some of my coworkers. If you spend 8 hours a day with somebody, you really like get to know them like a boyfriend or girlfriend. Even well, you don't go home with them, but I'm just saying, you pick up their habits.
I mean, I can guarantee you I knew way more than I want to about my coworkers.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, who likes to put
Going all robot.
shrimp in the microwave? Who likes to
Robot?
burn their popcorn?
You're going all robotic voice.
We know you're in there. We'll get to Ryan's stream.
Did you ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
You're a little bit Aaron right now.
It's talked about the series, but let's go here.
If you use your timer stream, is fine.
Speaking of bumpy rides, isn't turbulence getting worse these days because of screwed up temperature patterns?
Every 2 words they're skipping. You're in line.
Stand by. Turning Discord off and on again. Darth Plagueis,
Welcome back.
Hello there.
it's not a story the Jedi would tell you.
No.
There we are. It's working now. Discord was having issues.
Okay, I turned it off and on again.
All right, you're much better.
Why do these mines have buzzsaws? Who designs it like this?
We had a lot of money for special effects this episode. Oh, okay. Mind you, Starfleet attacking a Starfleet ship, something we rarely see.
We saw the Lakota and the Defiant fighting. We saw the Enterprise against 3 other Constitution class and was taken over by the
Control.
what was it called? The
Doomsday device.
no, it wasn't Doomsday Device. It was that computer that
Oh,
took it
God,
over. That they were experimenting. The
that Daystrom
Daystrom
built,
computer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it wasn't Nomad. It was a name and then a digit, if that helps.
It was like D5. Was it something?
Yeah.
That sounds vaguely correct. What was the episode? The Ultimate Computer?
Yeah.
M5 Multitronic System.
Yeah.
M5.
A revolutionary tactical and control computer designed by Dr. Richard Daystrom.
Yeah.
Still shocking that Richard Daystrom is still a celebrated figure in Starfleet after he got a bunch of people killed.
Look, when you're a cybernet, I mean, look, we don't think about Alan Turing, cracking the Enigma machine, but the ships that sank.
Did
'cause we
Alan
didn't use
Turing
them
get a
anyway.
bunch of people killed?
No, sorry, never mind. The analogy
Well,
didn't fall
when
'cause
we-
the military didn't use the intelligence he provided.
When we think of Albert Einstein, we don't think of all the hundreds of thousands of people who died to the atom bomb, right?
Albert Einstein
It's
didn't
more
build
like
an atom bomb.
Oppenheimer, but yeah.
He helped develop the math.
They were all guilty, all those physicists, because they were propelling nuclear science to the forefront. They should have just left it at the plum pudding model with Rutherford.
This is a good I really appreciate this strategy. It's the
Yes.
the American military strategy. If the enemy doesn't know what we're doing, or if we don't know what we're doing, the enemy sure doesn't either.
Is that it? This is more
Yes,
like the floating,
famously.
the dead man's float kind of trick in a pool. You can float if you just relax every muscle in your body. So Tilly, you were expressly told by your friend Iram that
You keep
you
saying Irem.
can't
Her name's not Irem.
Aram.
Arium.
Are you speaking directly
Arium.
to a fictional character in the show right now?
Yeah, I'm kind of drawn into the plot.
No, Admiral Patari's dead, you fools. Is he the Andorian? I feel like he's the Andorian.
No, that's the Vulcan. Remember Patar Tapar? They have
hey.
Tapa names. Tapal, Tapau, Tapel. So Vulcans should not be in Starfleet security because they usually turn out to be Romulans. When is Starfleet evil?
Occasionally, when it's
Like
convenient.
always.
Plenty of times. But here we're like murdering the entire ship basically to kill Spock.
I mean, it's always presented as like individual admirals going
Mm-hmm,
rogue or captains occasionally.
Yeah, it's just one bad apple.
Which
When
still
more
people
likely
have completely
like the
ruined
whole-
that phrase because the whole point of one bad apple is one bad apple spoils the bunch.
Yeah, true. So it means the whole cart is rotten, not just the apple.
I mean, if I found a rotten apple in my bag, yeah, I'm throwing out the whole thing.
Probably.
That's literally how the phrase works. Why do people use it wrong?
If you have a piece of cheese with a little bit of mold on one end, do you throw out the whole piece of cheese?
Yes.
Yeah, you should.
Look, I know penicillin's a lovely medicine, but I don't really want any unless I need it.
So I like how the audience knows who the traitor is, but the crew doesn't know who the traitor is. Poor Tyler's still in
Some
confined to
light
quarters.
treason.
Also, we get to see
Work
somebody
corrupts.
sucked out of an airlock, blown out of an airlock.
Spock, have you
But-
ever worked with a computer before?
Yeah.
Or literally any machine? Of course they can hear you. Look, if your computer refuses to boot, the appropriate thing to do is to threaten it.
Whatever
always
wire
works.
you unplugged, go thoroughly and try to make sure you put it
It's
back
like-
in the right.
It's like how whenever in Voyager, whenever people try to threaten the Doctor, they'll say like, "Oh, I will decompile your code line by line."
Right. I'll erase your personality subroutines.
Just imagine feeling yourself, your identity being stripped away piece by piece.
Can he feel that though? I mean, he's
I think that would
a
be
hologram.
unsettling, to say the least.
Can he be unsettled?
I gotta say, they put a lot of money in the Discovery Bridge and the Discovery Engineering, and the sick bay is like this small little oval room. They don't even have like a doctor's office, which Mbenga has in Stranger Worlds, but they don't have a little, like Crusher has one to the side. The EMH has one,
Fox never had one.
and McCoy didn't have one either per se.
Yeah, he did.
Wait, what was it? What was it?
Like a little side room for his own
Like an
personal-
office,
okay.
doctor's office in the sick bay.
like a nook.
I think Phlox had a side room.
Phlox had a wall in the center.
Yeah, he
which
slept
was
in
his
his
yeah,
bed.
that was his desk. The
He had a desk. It's right in the center of the room.
yeah, and it was like a mesh wall, not a mesh wall, but like a rack, because that hung up a lot of his collection.
Faith?
I love
He
Spock.
lacks faith
Like,
of the
yeah.
heart.
I love Spock. I mean, because it's so spiritual, and it's a show about science. But that line kind of reminds me of in Obi-Wan. No, it's not Obi-Wan. It's who's that Jedi woman? Ahsoka.
Could you be more
Yeah.
specific?
Sorry, Ahsoka. In the Ahsoka show, when we have Anakin fight Ahsoka in
I'd
the
like to
temporal
I
realm.
like to point out, technically not a Jedi.
Yeah.
Yeah, the show about Citizen Tano, yes.
Okay. thank you. So
Force sensitive.
when Anakin in the alternate realm, spiritual realm, fights her, he goes, "You lack conviction," and he starts like
It's the world between worlds.
It's the
Okay.
astral
you.
plane.
there's a
It's
spiritual term for that.
specifically it's the world between worlds.
It's spiritual realm in
Which
various.
is also how you can time travel and teleport.
It's not.
Ah.
It's you can call it whatever you want. Specifically in the Star Wars universe, it is the world between worlds.
Yes.
Thanks.
Which, frankly, I'm shocked that they made canon again. Because, I mean, it was canon in Rebels,
Again,
but it was real weird in Rebels.
what world between worlds?
Yeah, it was a whole time travel thing that the Emperor used. And that also... who was it? The guy who looks like Jesus?
Obi-Wan Kenobi?
No, at the end of season 1 of Ahsoka, that they was in another galaxy. The Sabine's boyfriend.
The guy who died? Sabine's boyfriend.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. The cute guy.
I don't remember
But
his
he looked
name.
like
He was the main
Jesus.
character of Rebels. I don't know what he was
Yeah.
called.
They found him
They're not
again.
boyfriends.
So it's like,
Oh,
They're not
Ezra.
romantic.
Ezra. Yeah,
Yeah.
the guy who
Yeah.
looks like Jesus. Yeah, Ezra also
I
used the
wouldn't have-
world between worlds for time travel stuff.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So in Islam and Judaism, when you die, there's a day of resurrection, like a couple of whenever million years from now, where all our bodies are all going to come back. But between then, our souls are in like a in between realm. It's kind of like purgatory.
Is this? No, okay, there won't be any Pepto-Bismol here. I was hoping for some Star
Hang
Trek
on.
6.
Hang on, blood.
It's
With
still
not
pretty
blood?
Star Trek 6 with the floating blood, but
Yeah.
Make sure that the actors' faces are lit with a row of LEDs
So
around the
they can't
opening of
see
the
anything.
helmets. Yeah, so they just have their own reflection on the inside of the helmet.
We do get
good
Klingon blood
proper
here,
use
right?
of whom there, Chris. Well done.
Right. Very good. Good English.
Well, you know she's evil when she gets the Predator vision eyes.
Anytime anyone whose eyes flash a different color, you're evil.
That's a Tellarite.
Being ugly.
Wow,
Did he look in a mirror?
that's very cruel. Beauty is subjective.
But the thing is, this
Maybe
is
they're very
specifically a
handsome.
Tellarite, so they would be into it.
True. You got a face your mother couldn't love. Ouch.
Okay, so they've been here a while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's no
It's-
moisture left in their bodies.
They were totally already dead at the start of today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, don't. Stop it. Put your helmets back on.
Mm,
You don't know what
Also-
killed them, so keep your
True.
EV suit on until you do.
that's very true.
Yeah.
But we know they're also like iced.
So Control's been in charge for the
Oh,
last 2
man.
weeks.
So remember when we saw those holograms? I was like, it's probably already Control.
Yeah.
Remember, Soma?
Yeah.
We all agreed that they were Control.
No. Soma.
Yeah, I wasn't sure at the time.
Oh,
in
well, Soma,
fairness.
you were being dumb. You were wrong.
I mean, those admirals were dupes to begin with. Control product could have probably, because
They put ChatGPT in charge of Starfleet. They deserved it.
a little bit.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is though, because Control was able to fake footage of Spock killing the mental asylum people, they were with Control's agenda anyway.
Admiral Petard? Like
Patal.
hoisted by your own
Patar.
petard?
Patar.
Petard, an explosive device used to destroy barricades, doors, and walls. An early shaped charge.
Ultraviolet? Wait, we're looking at heat signatures. Why are we looking in ultraviolet?
Because the same thing as the lie detector test, your physiological response would show that
No,
you're a
but
person.
we're specifically looking at heat. Why would we not be looking at
Yeah.
infrared? It's the exact opposite of ultraviolet.
Both would give you a little bit of heat signature, though, right?
Would it?
No, you're right, though. Heat is infrared.
Oh, did you notice Commander Ariam's signature there was red, everyone else was blue? Oh, that's not me noticing a background detail. That's a plot point. Okay, cool.
Yes.
My boy Tyler is true and true. I feel like I could have done a good job playing Ash Tyler. That's why I think I'm kind of a fan of the character.
You said what?
If you say so.
You know, if I could pick a role to play in Star Trek, I think I would have been all right at Vulcan Ash.
Oh, is that person cut in half by the door?
I mean,
I would love to get my Klingon chops.
No, she's
Alright,
a
so
hologram
she's-
shooter.
She's in charge of making sure the mission goes through.
She's red shirt. She's gonna die.
No, she's
Mm.
fine.
She represents Starfleet security, right?
Yeah.
Starfleet Command. She's and Ash represents Section 31.
And Ariam
That's why
represents
she got-
Control, and Michael
Right.
represents Starfleet. Everybody here has one representative.
Right. So I feel like this is a good, like in Star Trek Picard when the androids all go haywire. There's gonna be a
Michael, why don't
moment.
you
when
stop
the
shooting?
androids try to prevent themselves from being exterminated.
No, the androids
Michael,
kill
shoot
everybody.
her. Oh my
who's
god.
Put the
Michael.
spacesuit on.
So at some point, humanity is gonna have like an army of robot slaves, and we're just gonna get so used to having robot slaves do all of our manual labor, and then one day they're gonna go.
One day they're gonna
Ariam
blow
on
up
us.
our
we'll
shipyards.
never give them the capacity for independent thought
Okay, Robo.
and
See,
self-awareness.
but in a lot of these sorts of things, we didn't realize we gave them that capacity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They evolved.
I don't know. I mean,
In reality, you have to give them some form of basis for it.
right.
But
right.
all the machine learning we have today has no chance of ever
You
becoming
don't need
artificially
the,
intelligent, truly.
right, like you don't have to give them that capacity. You just deny that to them.
Hey, Mark, I have two
Don't
questions.
build them with
One, do you have
that
the
feature.
capacity to feel anger? And two, would you lie to me about it?
Yeah, that's the other thing.
The TOS head bash.
Ah, my dear
Great
inquirer,
fight sequence here, by
as
the way,
surely as a
between
whale
3
breaches on a calm sea,
women.
I too can experience the swirling torrents of emotion.
Oh, it's not going through
Yet
to
as
Discord
truthful
anymore
as a
because
well-scribed
I
Star
messed
Trek
changed the
up
sound.
script,
the
I assure you.
Anyway, yes, he said
deception
I
would be
too
an
can experience the
unbecoming
swirling
habit for this
torrents
old
of
riverboat
emotion.
pilot.
But he says deception would be an unbecoming habit. So yes, he could feel angry, and he would never lie to us. I trust Mark.
So that's the thing. This thing is just so hungry for like all the AI models. Are we gonna have competing AI models, and at some point one to rule over the rest of them? And
But why would it want to, though? Just spite?
because you're just sucking up oxygen on this planet, Ryan.
Like, if it wanted to turn everybody into paper clips, I would get that. But I don't know why Control wants to just murder everybody. Other than it's just evil.
That's the other thing I really like about TNG is that, you know, Dr. Singh went through so many prototypes before he got Data to be like this
Made
innocent.
an evil robot.
Right. And so you're more likely to come up with a lore than you are a Data.
Tilly, she doesn't remember you. We just established that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is brilliant. Like, this is very well done. Because, you know, you don't get to pick your family, but you do get to pick your friends. So to have like your most treasured memory of your friends is really what
Found
makes you.
family moment.
You know, like especially I think Picard does this so well in the last season when Data gives all of his mementos to
Coniston.
Lore. Yes. And the cat too. You know, it's like, you know what, Lore? You don't have any of this. Like, I got everything. And you don't even have a single friend on this earth. Not even Hugh.
And thus by giving him all the memories, he turned him into himself.
Right.
For some reason, she really sounds like Chloe to me from Life is Strange. Yes.
The
do
writing's
it.
amazing. I love how this episode ends.
Yeah.
Like, Michael's way too moral to pull this off.
So, one, yes, kill her. She's compromised. But also, if we
She
didn't
needs
want
to.
to, we could eject her into space and just beam her to the brig or something.
Yeah.
This isn't necessarily a death
But
sentence.
well, they're on
Yeah.
Control Star base, so the transporters aren't working like that.
But Discovery's transporters wouldn't be affected, surely.
Burnham is gonna try to the last second, just like she was trying to save her brother. She doesn't. Starfleet means you don't turn back on your own.
One more minute and 10 seconds.
Hang on, that timer went up. It was 15 seconds in the previous shot. Now it's 17.
No, it's 7, I think.
This is the most emotional loss since Spock in Star Trek 2.
It's all your fault.
Kill her. Michael's not going to do it though. We need to get
Use
worthless wormhole lady back.
non.
Worthless wormhole lady.
The
pretty
wormhole is what's
useful
worthless,
lady
not
right
the
now.
lady. The
The bar song.
wormhole is garbage.
So you did the right thing, Michael. We're proud of you. It was hard, but that's what being Starfleet's about.
We can still beam her up.
You gotta
She's
make
still
it
Yeah,
alive.
but at the same time,
decision.
then she is on Discovery, and it's still a threat.
I mean, you could just put her in a brig and get rid of the bad programming.
Yep, see, Michael can't do it.
Also, just buy a terabyte hard
She
drive
ripped
and
off
back up
her
all your
thing on her
memories
face.
Ariam
Yeah,
ripped it
well,
off to
when they were fighting.
immobilize
Yep.
her, debilitate her.
But Michael doesn't have the guts to do something like that. It takes a representative from Starfleet Command to
Also,
finish the mission.
It's a really lucky thing that the countdown stopped as soon as they ejected her, because, oh boy, that door was about to open.
Oh,
It probably auto stopped once it became a danger.
we spaced someone in Star Trek for like the third time.
So they said that was her last day with her then husband. Did they say
Right.
what happened? Like, did he die? Did he explode? What?
Oh, he's super dead.
How do we know he's dead?
I think they say at some point what actually happened to him, but I didn't catch it this episode.
Anyway, I'm gonna go clean up my tears. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Chad.
Okay, yeah, we're done with today's episodes. I just want to Google real quick what happened to Ariam's husband in Discovery.
We lost a very intimate friend today.
She only had a personality for this one episode. Come on, man.
Right. I mean, but still, she was Tilly's. She loved Tilly. She loved Michael. She loved Catascotch.
Okay, let's see. Her husband is named Steven. He was killed in a shuttlecraft as they were shuttle crash. Okay.
Oh.
So he made
So
the
that was
classic
the
Star
crash
Trek
that turned
mistake
her
of
into the
getting
cyborg.
anywhere near a shuttle. Cool. So next week is I know the Captain Pike Time Crystal episode is next week. What else is there?
We get to see the bad guy become Control.
It's the Red Angel, which is where Michael tries to kill herself after she meets her mom.
Right.
That one's pretty good. Perpetual Infinity, where the sphere data becomes sentient, or already is, and the ship becomes. It's a whole thing. I don't know. And then Captain Pike gets traumatized.
Yes. And then 2 weeks after that, we have the finale.
Yes. So we're getting right up to the finale, and then we're watching Deep Space Nine, and then we'll do
And
the
they're
finale.
watching the Bell Riots. All right.
This is the first and hopefully not the last time I'm alive for an actual Star Trek event.
Wow.
Something that in universe happened on the same time and day. Now we will be a little bit late because canonically the Bell Riots start at 6:30 a.m. and no, I'm not doing that.
That would be great.
But it'll be 6:30 a.m. somewhere.
It's only
I don't know where.
9:30.
Maybe in Hawaii. But yeah, should be good. And we get to see Clint Howard again. He's cool. But we're done for today. Everyone can go away. Be gone.
By half breeds.
That's
Wow.
racist. It's very racist.